off the cut. But yeah, man, I was like, I didn't know if I was gonna send you a StreamYard link. I'm like, you know what will make it feel really good? Let's just open up Skype. And I didn't even think it would work. You know when you haven't opened up an app for like 3 years and you go through an update process and shit?
Bro, I didn't even know I still had it.
There was nothing. I just opened it up, and you and Mario were naturally the first names up on the screen. And I just clicked your name. I'm like, well, fuck, man, that saved a lot of time. What's been happening, bro?
Up. Now, now that I switched shifts, it's so hard to do stuff because I work at 6 a.m. So remember before we used to do everything at midnight?
Yeah,
now
because you used to get home really late. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
You used to get home really late.
Yeah, I used to get home like at 11:30, 11:15. Now, man, I go to sleep at like freaking 10 o'clock, 9:30.
So what time are you starting during the day?
I start at 6 a.m. So I wake up at 4:40 every morning.
Are you liking it? Because I wake up around 5:30 in the morning. Once you get into a groove, it's pretty good.
So I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. I only do it because of my kids.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy not waking up to an alarm clock.
Yeah, bro. I understand.
That is what it is.
It's been a while since we've spoken properly. I mean, we communicate obviously after every match day pretty much, but it's been a good season, man. And fuck, bro, if you imagine you and I were sitting here on this at like 4 years ago, 5 years ago when it all started, and we're like, gee, we got a chance to win the second star before Milan at the Piazza, but we're not at home. You'd be like, hold on, Anthony. Hold on. That can't be possible because we're the home team. The only way for that to be possible, Anthony, is if we get to beat Milan in their home game. But surely that's not possible, is it? But it is, bro.
Man, I've been running my mouth.
Bro.
I'm sure people hate me. Oh, dude, it's gonna be crazy because I think it's gonna happen. Milan has been, they can't play against us, bro. They can't see us.
You think we're gonna trash them, man? I really want to. I want it to be a blowout.
I think it's gonna be like 2-1. Just because they know that if they lose, we're gonna celebrate in front of all their tifosis, bro.
It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. I'm trying to think of a situation where it doesn't. Well, obviously, if we draw the game, we're still not champions. But theoretically, we're champions. Either result, it's been a crazy season, bro. No one's been able to keep up with us.
A part of me kind of wouldn't mind the draw just to see, the following weeks if Juve lose, they screw themselves in the Champions League race and screw us.
Oh, bro.
So they kind of got to win, and if they win, they make us champions.
Bro, this is what I've been saying, bro. This is what I've been... Yes, man. We put ourselves in a situation where we cannot lose. And if I can speak seriously for a minute, what impressed me the most, bro, was the way that we collected points domestically this season. You, Mario, and I used to always say, man, like, this is how you win a title. How many games did we used to watch Inter drop under Spalletti, under Mancini, even under Conte in his first season, and everyone in between? And we dropped so many points to the worst teams. We cleaned everybody up this season. That period where we knocked, I think it was Lecce, Atalanta, Bologna, Roma consistently. That was very, very, very impressive to me, man.
Yeah, now that little run we had where we had what was it, Lazio? Wasn't
Juve was in there as well. Basically, January, the turn of the new year.
And that's usually where we always go on a free fall.
Yeah.
In January, we won every game, and I was like, yo, I don't think anyone's touching us. I mean, it would have been nice to get the record, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't care. As long as we get that second star at Milan, it'll be worth it.
Definitely, bro. What are some of your highlights this season, man? I'm trying to think back. I don't remember too much from the early games this season. I loved
I
our
do.
derby win, obviously. Talk to me.
That's what I was gonna say. That 5-1 win, that was a highlight. The Napoli win, that was a good one.
Mm,
The Atalanta game, just because I was there,
ooh.
it was a good one.
Oh yeah, that would have been dope, man.
Yeah, no,
We
that was a
smacked
good
Roma
game.
as well. We smacked Roma as well. That was fantastic.
The
Um,
4-1 or four
yeah,
two, my bad, 4-2. That
4-2.
that
Yeah, the
one was a
comeback
good
there.
one because Roma was on fire and nobody was touching them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. What about some disappointments along the way this season? How was your reaction to the Champions League? We didn't actually speak vocally after that.
I mean, I was more agitated because we were a better side. I hate to say it, but I kind of blame Arnautovic for that.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, my
Yeah.
man, you missed like 3 or 4 sitters right there at the Miazza. And it was like, yeah, he got the game winning goal. I still give him like a 3 out of 10. Like, you can't miss that many open shots. You know what I mean? Like,
I think I saw a tweet this morning that he's going to be on the market for about 5 to 6 million, which is embarrassing.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
embarrassing that we spent 10 million on him to begin with. Um,
hmm
yeah, he hasn't had a good season overall. He's only saved himself at the fact that he scored a couple of clutch goals in a season where he's going to be able to celebrate the Scudetto. There's too much positivity to write it off as a bad season for him, but everybody knows it's a bad season. Everybody knows
Oh,
it is. It's not a good season for him.
100%. It's not like he's Alexis. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Alexis has had a good year as much as people like Tom hate the guy. Yo, like he's been pretty clutch. He's done well. I've always been an Alexis fan.
I was about to say it's April, 18, 19, 2024, and here you and I are doing an audio-only podcast on Skype talking about Alexis Sanchez. Still, we might just be doing it again next season. I wouldn't say no to renewing him for one more season, bro.
I,
In fact, we're good at doing this sort of stuff, you and I. So let's talk about our front line next season. How could you not have
I
him in it?
like the guy. I like the guy, but I kind of feel like we do need to get some more young guys in. You know what I mean? Like for me, Arnautovic for sure got to go. Right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would be happy to keep Alexis, but I kind of feel like if we have a chance at getting a younger guy we can groom, bring him in. You know what I mean? Like
what does
I
the ideal front line look like to you next season, bro?
Thuram Lautaro.
Mm.
Um, who to replace these two guys with? It's hard. You know what I mean? Like I remember we were linked to Jonathan Davis, Jonathan David, the Canadian guy. I mean, it'd be
Yeah.
nice, but I kind of don't think it'd be the way to go
Mm.
because a player like that has to start. So who do you
Yeah.
bench? You know what I mean?
Oh,
So it doesn't make sense. The guy from Genoa, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. He's pretty solid.
yeah.
He
Guy from
he wouldn't be
Genoa.
bad.
Goodmanson.
Yeah, him. He
Yeah.
wouldn't be bad.
I'm not oversold on Taremi, to be honest.
Yeah, neither am I. Like honestly, I'm really not sold on him. That's kind of why I was going with other names.
Mm.
I mean, we signed him for free. Hey, I mean, we still got books to keep up, right? A
Oh
free is
yeah.
a free. I'm not
Well,
gonna be mad at him.
they're all gonna be free or very very cheap signings again this
Or
market. But
loans.
yeah, all loans. I don't think you're gonna see too many players leave. I still think Dumfries is your number one contender
I
to
think
leave
he's
this
gone.
market. I think he's gone for about 25 mil to England.
Yeah,
I just
I
don't know
think
which
he's
England's
gone.
done. I could see Man United being
Um,
stupid enough to buy to pay him.
my thing is the Vry, right? And Acerbi. Eh, You got to find a way to get Bisek in there, bro. I know it's hard to say because Pavard's so good, but your best three defenders, in my opinion, is Bastoni, Bisek, and Pavard. Like them dudes are
Well,
just so good.
it's disappointing because up until his little semi-racial stunt, Acerbi was having a season where I was, I'm more than ready to put him in our on our bench next season. More than ready. Like that was a written. He was one of the first defenders on my team sheet for next season. Not as a starter, but he's got to be there. But he's had a little bit of a dip and a fall from grace. He's virtually responsible for, even though Lapadula's handball was a handball, he's responsible for losing that man. And from that day,
100%.
against Napoli, Acerbi's looked like he's dipped a good 30%. So he's got to go, man. He's got to go, in my opinion. And you know what? While you're there, you might as well try and get rid of Stefan de Vrij as well. But I don't think he's going to go. I know he's had a decent season, but what is he? 31 now? 32?
I thought he was older.
De Vrij, I'm not too sure he's older than that. I think he might be 32. Or maybe he's older than that.
Like 33. I thought he was like 34, actually.
But I agree, man. You got to get Bisek in there. It's just that Bisek's left-footed, right? Or is he right-footed?
Yeah.
Man, we got this. Is Pavard left-footed?
Not sure.
I was going to say there is no way we could have 3 left-footed centre backs. That just can't work. But I agree with you, man. Those are our 3 best centre backs. If you can find a way to make those 3 work, going into next season, I have no problem starting Bisek in Serie A. I think he's ready. Every time he's taken the field for us this season, he's been more than good, bro. He's been great.
Yeah, he's clutch. I like him.
So maybe them 3. Well, we're obviously going to have Damian, Di Marco, and Carlos Augusto rotating as well as like backup through centre backs. And that's something that we're a luxury that we've got, bro. Not only do we have reserve centre backs, all of our fullbacks and wing back know how to play centre back quite well. In fact, I'd say they know how to play it very well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, dude, like you so people probably aren't gonna agree with me. I think Buchanan's not bad. Just from the little stuff I've seen from him, he's got good vision. He's not bad. He just needs to work on that final pass, but he's solid.
I don't think there's anything Denzel Dumfries has done in the last 3 seasons that Buchanan cannot learn to do and more.
Yeah, I think he's better. I think he has better decision making than Dumfries. Remember in the Champions League, he went all the way in and then he stopped when he should have gone and shot.
Yeah.
In the final against City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm interested to see what sort of minutes he gets next season. Or like, I don't think we loan him out. I don't think we're in a position to loan out players. Like Cuadrado's obviously going to be off the books. I can't believe that guy's mouthed his way to another league title. Like you gotta respect the hustle, but at the end of the day, don't you? Like you really do. There's nothing else to say about it.
I had high hopes for him because I always hated him.
Yeah, we all had high hopes for him to do something good for us, bro. But did he do anything good
against Juve?
Yes, but was it against Juve?
Yeah.
No. For which goal?
Wasn't it the one where we tied? I thought he got an assist.
Shit, I don't know. I know he got an assist for Thuram in one game. It might have been the Torino game, but I don't know. If it was against Juve, that'd be great. I forget now, but is that the one?
I remember he played in that game, and he actually had some good moves.
That would have been the first game against Juve.
Yeah.
No, I can't even remember. That ended 1-1, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he had got the assist in that game. I just remember in that game he was actually clutch. He wasn't bad.
Yeah, fair. And I know he got an assist in another game as well. So it's 4.5 million euros down the drain in a way, but that's all right. Some of these signings they need to happen. With his wage and Arnautovic's wage and Sanchez's wage off the books, if you got rid of those 3, you'd be pocketing about 12 to 13 million in wages alone, which can be really reinvested well. So we haven't been in a position where we can start from scratch, so to speak, and clear out some names while being on top, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It'd be nice, though, like I said, I think you kind of need to get rid of Acerbi or De Vrij and start going younger. And then you're going to save money there, too.
Save wage space, save money. See, you could really, you're telling me there's not one centre back in our youth team that you can bring up, or not one centre back you can identify in Italy to rotate to give some minutes to? I'm not really interested in overpaying for players. Like I like Buongiorno, but as soon as owners start putting like 35, 40 million euro price tags on that, I'm just like, bun that. That's not happening to our club at the moment. We've just basically proven that we can go spending no money and going all the way to the pinnacle, Champions League final, second star. I don't think we're dropping big figures on anybody soon, bro. And I don't mind that whatsoever. I really think that doomsday was predicted the moment Conte walked out the door, more so from our rivals than us. And our sustainability has really pissed them off up until this point. And this second star, while it also, opens another chapter coming, to me, it closes a chapter. It closes a chapter of fear and anxiety of where are we going to go with this Inzaghi project? Where are we going to go post Conte? But to be honest, bro, I know exactly where we are and exactly what we're doing. And that's it's a
like
really good thing, bro.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, I do like Buongiorno. I just think that the club's identity at the moment, even though the ownership and the debt is still absolutely fucked up, I wouldn't swap us for any of the other big clubs in the country.
I don't think anybody else can really afford him. I think he'll probably still be at Torino unless he goes to England.
Yeah, well, at least we've got, as you said, it's not like we're in the market, desperately banging on the window, bro. We've got Bastoni, we've got Bisek, we've got Pavard, we've got Stefan de Vrij, we've still got Francesco Cerri, we've still got Matteo Darmian, Federico Di Marco, and Carlos Augusto. So the centre-back position.
I'm telling you.
Sorry?
Somehow he needs to figure out how to get those three to play together. I don't care who.
Bisek, Pavard, Bastoni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those three together would just boss.
I think Pavard could play in the middle, bro. I know
because remember, he wanted to leave Bayern because he wanted to play center back. He didn't want to play wing back anymore.
Yeah. So if we're lining up like that next season, I'll be pretty confident. And, I'm happy to keep one of Acerbi and De Vrij because you're going to need a backup head of the back three if that's the case. Sure. So like, I'm happy. I prefer De Vrij just for an age reason. In that sense there. But if Stefan de Vrij was to come to play the backup at the head of the back three, I'd be more than fine with that next season. And then you've generally got the luxury to scope out another young rotational centre back, knowing too well that Darmian, Di Marco, and Augusto all know exactly what they're doing in those positions.
Mm-hmm. No, for
pretty
sure.
good, man.
Like I said, I'd want Buongiorno if I could, and I guess that's just one of those luxury signings.
Yeah.
It would be nice. But even then, like in the midfield, I have a feeling Hakan's going to leave.
I was going to say my next question was, like, departures-wise, there could still be a spanner in the works. And I know that the spanner has to either be Hakan or Thuram. The book value is too good to ignore, Christian, bro. Marotta's a genius. I wouldn't be
surprised if it's both.
Yo, they came in for $0 combined, bro. They could probably get us 120 to 130 combined. It's a joke, bro. Like, Thuram will go for 60. Hakan will go for 30.
Thuram will go for 85. That's his. That's what his buyout is. Someone's gonna buy him out.
You reckon someone buys him out for 85, like Paris?
Yeah.
You got to be happy with that, man. Like he's good. I like him. Thanks for the second star, but he's not world class, bro. He's a very
good player, though.
He is a really good player.
If you can cash in on him and reinvest it in a better striker, why not?
Yeah.
And the thing is, you guys see who's out there. I mean, let's hope Sassuolo gets relegated and somehow we end up with Berardi.
Well, like, you see how I know, like, some of these signings won't set the world on fire and they won't excite our fans, but you got to understand that we're in the same position that Juve was in a while ago, the same position Bayern was in a while ago. If you can pick the top of the head off every club, you stay at the top. You feel me? The same way Juve did with everybody and Bayern did with everybody. So people who were saying, like, oh, a big no to Ciro Immobile, I'm like, bro, you give me Ciro Immobile for free. You've just given me 15 goals a season in this Inter side. You give me Berardi in this Inter side, he probably gets 6 assists in this Inter side, man. Like, honestly, there is no player at the top of any of the Serie A sides that I wouldn't be looking at taking, because we're in a position now. We are the most attractive club. Do you want to come to the champions? Do you want to come to us and continue this winning streak? And we don't have to break the bank doing it. So as long as it's smart business, every club in Italy is struggling. Be smart about it. Yeah, I don't know if we're that clever, bro. But hey, he's probably going, man, because the way that they've handled their stars has been, dire. Vlahovic hates Allegri as well.
They said they're benching him for fighting with Allegri.
Yeah.
for the Cagliari game.
They've got players that they have to cash in on, and if it's not Chiesa, it has to be Dusan. If it's not Dusan, it has to be Brema. If it's not Brema, it has to be Sule, who's one of their best youngsters. So
I think it'll be
it's the sort
Chiesa.
of
It just
the
doesn't
sort of
work anymore.
exactly the sort of stuff they were bantering us for after Conte left has just come full circle around to knock on their door,
They
bro. It's
they should have
poetic,
sold
beautiful.
Chiesa last year before the injury.
Yeah, man. He was worth like 65, 70 mil, 80 mil they were talking about. Now they'd be lucky to get 35 for him. Two bung
I didn't
ACLs.
think he'd get that much.
Not good. It's not
Yeah,
good.
I think they would get like 25, 30.
Yeah. Um, how long you got to keep chatting?
Maybe like another 5, 10 minutes.
All right, cool. What else can we talk about? Serie A was a pretty, like, overall, it wasn't a bad season. I'd say looking back on it, it's not a great season, though, overall. Quality wise, we set the
I,
scene, we set the standard, but I think overall it was pretty poor quality from a lot of the teams.
I would disagree with you.
Mm,
On a regular season, where Milan is sitting at right now, if we weren't this good, it'd be a really tight race.
right.
It's it's just, dude, it's a fluke year where we're just killing it. It's beyond belief.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair call. Fair call. And when you take into account some chops and changes throughout the season, that's not a bad shout as well. I'm just going to relay random questions off the top of my head. Most impressive side for you this season? If you don't mind, I'll go
Bologna.
first. Yeah, Bologna. There you go. Second, do you have a second impressive side this season?
Ba, 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 ba. Not really. Nobody's like really stood out to me. I mean, I do always like what Torino does, but Torino's always been one of those teams that's just like right there in the middle.
Yeah, it's
Nobody else has
respectable more
kind
than
of been like,
anything.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody else
yeah,
has really been like, oh my God. But I've always liked
yeah.
what they do. They always like one of those teams that you're just like, God, I hate them, but
Mm,
they've been doing pretty good, especially with Buongiorno, how much he stepped up.
yeah.
Um, Fiore kind of did for a bit, and then they fell off.
Yeah, I'm going to give a slight shout out to Monza as well for holding their own in the meaty part of the table and
Yeah.
avoiding any sniff of a relegation fight whatsoever. They were never in it from day one, so decent for them. Um, Most disappointing side or couple of sides
Sassuolo.
in the league. Sorry,
Sassuolo.
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 Yeah,
It is very disappointing with the players they got, and even recently they were fighting for Europe, and now look at them fighting
yeah.
relegation. That would be a big disappointment to see them go down because they've
Oh
managed to
yeah.
produce some of the best talents in Italy. If you really look at it,
Oh man,
it it it'd be
they've
sad to see them go down.
given us Fratesi. They benchmarked Scamacca, Locatelli as well after he came from Milan. Like Sassuolo has been a sustainable growing ground for a lot of the good talent in this country, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's why it'd be a disappointment to see him go down. I know a lot of people
Man,
would like to see him go down because they've been a boogeyman for us, but no, it'd be a disappointment as a whole for City A because they do groom some of the best talent, even coaching wise. They've had some really good coaches come out of there. The Cherby, just one to shout out, but yeah, it'd suck if they went down.
yeah, well said, bro. Well said. I know selling. See, it's not. I'm not surprised now saying it. I'm really surprised how shit Lazio have been this season. But looking back on it, I'm like, bro, you traded up Milinkovic Savic for who? I even forget
Uh,
now.
the dude that Casano win that? No, it wasn't Casano. That Ninja win that. That Raja win that.
Oh yeah,
What's his name?
Guendouzi. That's right,
There you
Guendouzi.
go. Went Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Oh yeah, some bad news from Lotito there, and a really bad season for Lazio. But I was saying last season, Sarri looks like the most finished mental manager in football. Like he looks pissed off every game. Like he doesn't understand modern football anymore, and he's just pissed off with it. So
Oh,
that's why
he's kind
he's
of like
gone now.
Mourinho, bro.
Yeah,
As much as I love the guy, the game's moved past you.
bro. Look what De Rossi did, and I wanted to believe the first couple of weeks after Mourinho left that I'm like, nah, this was a bad decision from Roma. Like Mourinho was there keeping them above water, but damn, not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They've
Um,
been. Yeah.
What else can we talk about quickly? Any breakout players? Any breakout stars? People that have had a really, even just good players this season. Who have you really been
I,
impressed with across the board?
like I said, for me, Buongiorno,
Yeah.
I think he's really stepped up this year. I think he's probably the best center back. Like he's probably one of the best center backs in the league right now.
Would you take him over
I,
Scalvini if you got to choose between the two
yes,
in the market? Yeah, you would.
yes,
All right.
yes. Remember, I told you before that I feel a lot of Atalanta players are just system players.
Yeah.
And
What?
I kind of stay true to that.
Side comment. What do you think of Skamaka after his slow start to the season, building up? Do you think he's just going to be patchy forever, or would you back him to like get into the Azzurri team for the Euro and to have like a good 2-3 seasons under his belt at Atalanta and then go somewhere bigger?
I don't think he's meant to go somewhere bigger, to be honest with you. I think he's one of those players that's just good, like a Ciro Immobile is the Lazio. I think he could be that for Atalanta. In
Yeah.
terms of Nazionale, I mean, it'd be a good shot to get him in there, but who are you going to take out?
Yo. Yeah.
Yeah, who do you take out? It's one of those questions. Who do you bench? Who do you take out? You know,
Yeah. Fair. Not
if
too
you
sure.
look at the national team, who would your starting 11 be for sure? Bastoni. At one point, you
Barella.
would have said Acerbi, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, who do you put in that back three? You know, Bastoni for sure. Darmian, you probably put him back there. He'd be well.
It's
For me, I'd probably
crazy
put
how you put
Buongiorno.
Darmian's barely played in a back three though for us this season. Oh, well, he has a few games, but he's been mostly used as a wing back. So I don't know what Spalletti's plans for him are in the national team. You know who still had a good season despite them coming last? Fucking Candreva, bro.
He's always clutch though.
He is clutch. It's incredible. If he's going to go down to Serie B, he'll be the best player in Serie B. I reckon there's a few
Oh,
Serie
for
A
sure.
clubs that could still
But
get his signature.
I only think he would go down there just because he's at that point of his career where he's just happy to play.
Yeah, yeah, fair. What do you think of the Champions League?
Thank God City got eliminated. Thank God
Mm,
Atletico got eliminated. I personally would
yeah,
like to see Dortmund versus Bayern in the final.
that would be crazy. I think you're going to get the opposite though, bro.
I 100% do too, but I don't think PSG should win it because
Yeah,
there's a bum on that team that I don't like.
yeah, exactly. Me too. PSG is the only team left in the Champions League in the bubble of teams that I hate.
Uh, but
Mm,
Dortmund, I would really like to see Dortmund win it.
yeah, me too. That would be nice, bro. The derby is going to be huge. We'll link up after that. But this was nice, man. We should keep doing easy calls like this so we can keep putting it up.
Yeah, as long as it's at this time after I put my kids down, I don't have an issue.
Easy, man. Well, especially when I'm on break, school break, it's a lot easier. So yeah, I think that we're gonna last thing prediction. I think that we're gonna win. I don't know, man. I never predict things like this optimistically.
You
So
won.
I'm going for 3-0, bro. I think that we're just gonna win. I think we're gonna pump them. I think there's early goals in this game, and there's gonna be a countdown, an inevitable countdown at the end. But I could be wrong, bro. We could lose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they got more to lose than we do.
bro. They've got everything on the line. They got their pride, soul, and dignity on the line. If we smack them, this could create a ripple effect in their club because
You know,
they've done very
uh,
well to be where they are this season, but they're still teetering on an identity edge, bro. Like they're players, they're clutch players in their team. They're just aesthetic, they're athletic. They can't bank on Loftus Cheek forever. They can't bank on Chukwueze forever. They can't even bank on Pulisic forever. I don't see a massive Milanese identity in this AC Milan, and I think that they're a little rocky, even though they're second. Does that make sense to you? I know we've been saying they've been rocky
yeah,
for a few years, though, bro.
I kind of think that some people are gonna be leaving this summer. I think Leao's probably. I'm gonna agree with Casano where I think he's a little overrated. Before I used to say he was world class, but he's just so inconsistent, bro. After that one good year where they won the Scudetto, he really hasn't been that great. He's just
Mm,
good, off game, off game, off game, good, off game, off game. Like he's not consistent enough to be considered world class. I think
yeah,
he's a good
fair.
player, though. He's above average. He's above average.
What would you put him as his market value? I mean, realistic market value.
50.
See, that's a realistic market value, but I think in this world, he goes for 80, 90.
Yeah, easy. 70, 80. 70, 80.
Yeah, true.
I wouldn't be surprised if Paris goes in on him.
Yeah, could be. All right, bro. Thanks for that. That was really cool. I'll put this online pretty much in the next hour or so, and I'll chat to you over the next few days.
All right, bro. I'll catch you later.
All right, ciao.
All right, later.